today. Is Jackson really 6'10"?
Nah, I don't. Nah,
I didn't believe that. I thought he was around 6'8".
Yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah, he's not.
Okay, I'm about to say, if he's a 6'10" shooting guard, that's ridiculous.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. Well, what I was saying before we had to break real quick, sorry about that, people. I just think him athletically, he's going to be able to impact the game right away. And I think, like I said before, Lonzo's playmaking ability, I think, is going to be head and shoulders above the rest of these point guards. Now, granted, I will say I haven't watched, I would say much, but I don't know any of folks. Because
nobody watched them damn Pac-12 games at 11 o'clock at night.
I mean, I watched a few. I mean, I watched Arizona, UCLA, the good teams. but
the crazy thing is they talk about what he didn't do as far as winning. They finished 11th in the Pac-12. And it's like he put numbers up, but it was only against the soccer team, it seemed like.
Right, and when you were a good player on a garbage team, you're gonna get numbers.
You're gonna get them.
So now I can see what people are saying about that. I mean, he averaged 24, 6, and 6. Averaging 24 points in college that's rare.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For power conferences. That's rare. So you averaging that many points, you're supposed to be elite talent. So we're gonna see how much of that is the competition, and how much of that is he really that legit. Like I said, I couldn't tell you outside of highlights. I don't know. So we're gonna see.
Yeah. The one thing I keep hearing is people are concerned about his laid back attitude, and they don't know if he's. Hey, Tracy McGrady was the same way, and that boy was a killer. I'd take that all day long. If you can hoop, you can hoop. You ain't got to be screaming and hollering if you can hoop. Right,
because everybody that's screaming, hollering, pounding their chest.
Right.
So they kill me with that, with that kind of shit. Who else on this thing? Now, sleeper, I mean, he kind of raw to a degree, but his athleticism, I like it a lot too. The boy from Florida State, Jonathan Isaac.
I was going to ask you about that because I ain't watched much of them, but I keep hearing that he is climbing up boards and he can be the sleeper of the draft.
If he put on a little bit of weight, because he on the slim side, if he can put on a little bit of weight and if he gets in the right situation to progress and get developed, he can very well be just like a Josh Jackson or Tatum. What we're expecting out of them, he could very well be in that bunch 4 years down the road.
Well, how about this? Let's do this. Looking at those top 13, where these guys are going, does it look good to you? Because I would like Isaac better with the T-Wolves playing that 4 position next to Cat.
I'll say this. It doesn't matter who the Suns, Kings, Magic.
Hell, the Mavericks.
I want to say the Hornets. I'm going to leave the Mavericks out because I think the Mavericks really got a good coaching staff. They just have run – they on the kind of that back end of they run, and they haven't retooled yet.
Gotcha.
Well, is Rick Carlisle still there?
He's still there.
I like him. But Kings, Magic, the Suns, it don't matter who they pick. They're going to suck.
They need talent.
Well, they're going to suck. They get talent every year. They get talent every year, but nothing comes of it. I would hate for De'Aaron Fox to have to go to Sacramento.
Yeah.
I would hate for anybody to have to go to Phoenix.
Phoenix been in the lottery since Charles Barkley left.
You know what I'm saying? The Orlando Magic. I don't trust none of those coaching staffs or scouting departments to develop these guys the way they need to develop.
That's true. I can't even knock it. Because a lot of these teams are the same damn teams in the lottery every single year.
Every year. And then what's going to happen, they're going to draft these dudes, they're going to give up on them after 2 years, and they're going to ship them somewhere.
They're going to go ball somewhere else. We're going to talk about that a little bit later. But that's the lottery. I mean, I guess looking at it on my end, it's just a lot of unknowns. I mean, they're taking a lot of freshmen early.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know what you're going to get. You just really don't know. Like, Luke Kennard is listed as number 11 in this lottery draft. He's a spot-up shooter. We saw a lot of him in the ACC. You telling me this cat is the 11th prospect in this entire damn draft. He better than Josh Jackson.
I was just gonna say, you know, I don't want to sound like a Duke hater because I'm a Carolina fan, but Luke Kennard, great shooter.
Great shooter.
You know, I don't see him being a better prospect than Justin Jackson. I don't see him being a better prospect as who else? What's the other boy? Oh, he plays against Zach Collins, yeah. But he's a big. But he's 48% from three.
Because you see the Knicks are taking that French point guard. That's straight potential. That draft.
Hey man, he could be another Dennis Schroeder.
Very much so. I mean, it's amazing how you gotta put up numbers in America, but they can have a little bit of tape. Say you got long arms, you're gonna get drafted in the first round of even Europe. It's amazing to me. Amazing.
I think I'm concerned about Monk.
I'm very concerned about Monk. Very concerned.
He's just small to me.
Because I didn't realize how small he was, like really how small he was until we played them in the Sweet 16, and Josh was on him, standing over him like he was his big brother.
Yeah.
And then his arms are short.
And short with short arms, I don't know. He could be. You know what? The comparison I kind of see him. I can see him as a Lou Williams type.
I was just about to say a bench shooter like that. I was thinking way back like Donald Williams, somebody like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean he put up numbers, but shit, all he did was shoot.
Right.
That's it. He ain't passed the ball. Like he shot it every time he touched it. And who is he gonna guard? If you're playing him at your two, which twos are basically big small forwards in the NBA now, who he gonna guard?
Right. Because I give him 6'3" on a good day. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. We're gonna see anything stand out at the bottom of the draft.
I'm interested to see.
I know you had some thoughts about Harry Giles.
I'm concerned about that. I would have a hard time touching him with those knee surgeries he done had so recently. I would have a hard time with that. But like you tell me, and I know, that's the flow we have, people. It goes back to when we were in high school. I get amped up about stuff sometimes, and he tend to be the calm factor, be like, dog, it's late in the draft. Because at 19, I was like, I'm the Hawks. I wouldn't touch him. With 3 knee surgeries, I just wouldn't do it. But, it's like you said, at 19, that's a lottery ticket. Maybe it works out. Maybe it don't.
But at the same time, after I turn the sheet over and look at picks 22 through 30, what you got on here, before I gamble on Harry Giles, would you take maybe a Jordan Bell, kid from Oregon? We know what he can do in the tournament, or even Bam Adebayo out of Kentucky, which I think in the league he's gonna end up being
energy guy, energy big.
Yeah, I wanted to say garbage type player, but I don't want to use that term. But yeah, you're right, energy type guy, rebounding, hustling, play defense. Or I would Tyler London from Syracuse. He can shoot threes.
You know what? I've looked at a lot of these mock drafts. It's a whole lot of talent going to be going in the second round. A whole lot of talent.
Yeah.
You can fix a team in this draft in the second round. If I was some of these teams, I'd be trying to trade back. Give me a veteran and a second round pick to get out the first. Because there's some shooters, there's some good guards.
Yeah, one person that I haven't seen projected in any of the first round boards that I was kind of high on, especially during the tournament, Dylan Brooks out of Oregon.
I knew you was going to say that. Yeah, he's in the second round.
Now, I will say this about him. I think he's probably about as good or all right at his ceiling already. He's probably
in mind of Dennis Scott.
I think he's already peaked, or he's a little more athletic than Dennis Scott, a little bit. But I think he's probably peaked or close to peaking. I think he's a player. He's an older guy coming into the league. I think he will be able to come off and give team some good minutes like first year. But as far as long-term potential, then I think that's where it's probably why his stock is down some and why he's ended up in the second round. But
I like Josh Hart from Villanova. He's small, but he's gonna be able to play for you. It's a lot of talent in the second round. It's a whole lot of talent. You know, looking at and some of these teams, we about to go into that stuff in a minute. Some of these teams, their whole situation about to change depending on, you know, moves that get made with these star players. But Portland with these 3 first-round picks, the way they're currently constructed, they'll make the first round every year, but they'll have to deal with Golden State or San Antonio or whoever, which means they'll lose. But if I was them, I'd try to get off from under all 3 of them picks to get me somebody who's going to help me if I'm them.
And I don't know who did this particular mock draft, the one we printed out, but we're not going to listen to anything he has to say.
Yeah.
Because speaking of Portland, he has them taking at 15 a shooting guard. No, I'm sorry, that's a forward. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's a defensive cat. I believe he's coming off of ACL. And they could didn't they sign a lot of defensive 3D guys last year? The boy from Boston.
They got Alan. They signed Alan Crabb to a nice deal. They got don't they got Al-Farouq Aminu?
They got him, and they got that other cat who went number 2.
They got another green. Somebody that replaced Wesley Matthews. I'm trying to think who it was.
The guy from Ohio State. I can't remember his name. He ain't really athletic. The number 2 pick a couple years ago. Can't remember that. You know what I'm talking about. I can't remember his name though.
But at 20, why would they draft a point guard at 20?
Well, somebody got to pass the ball. Cause Dame ain't gonna pass it. CJ not gonna pass it.
You ain't gonna put a new point guard, Dame and CJ on the court at the same time.
They're gonna be small as hell. I mean, yeah, this I try to get out of all them picks, cuz.
Why would you trade that? I mean, why not trade, but why would you take that pick now? Jared Allen, center from Texas at 26. They need some bigs. So
they need bigs. That's solid.
I can see that, but I don't get the point guard option at 20. Like you said, would it be worth it to the Trailblazers to do a rental on like a Paul George? Because you figure Indiana got
on that rental
for picks, right?
The only way I'm doing that rental is if you take one of my contracts. See, and that's we can segue into that now. Paul George told Indiana Sunday, I believe, that he was not coming back. So the Paul George sweepstakes has just happened. Now, everybody, we talked about this a couple weeks ago. Paul George said he wants to be a Laker. Hella high water, he wants to be a Laker. And the problem is Indiana owns his rights until July 1st of 2018. So they got to get off from under him now. Now, the problem, like we always say, leverage. They should have addressed this come February. They didn't. Now, I'm not giving you top quality assets for a guy who you know ain't going to stay with you. So they're going to have to take probably 50 cents on the dollar. Now, as far as Portland, they'd have to take one of my contracts. Because that's the thing people are talking about. Why would you rent him? If they take a bad contract back, cool. Because you get salary cap space next summer.
Right.
Cool.
A lot of people don't understand that's the only way to move some of these guys.
We got to do a show one day straight up about the salary cap and stuff like that. Because people really are lost about it.
We will.
So, but yeah, I mean, if I'm Portland, okay, does that give you a chance to make it to 6 or 7? You add Paul George? Yeah.
Ain't Chandler Parsons in Portland?
Memphis.
Damn.
Memphis sucking up their salary cap.
Damn, I say take his ass.
Yeah.
That'll be the bad contract you get rid of right there.
They stuck with that, cuz I'm thinking if anybody, Crab, and I can't remember the guy from Ohio State, but one of them, maybe Farouk Amin, one of them. But you gotta take a contract if I trade for him for a rental.
I think they like Kraft because he's young still, and I think his deal is really kind of manageable. I think he got like maybe 50 or 60 million.
Oh shit! We just had some breaking news. Dwight Howard got traded. Wow.
What we get?
Number 31 in the draft, apparently. I don't know who 31 is. I'm pulling it up now on my phone.
Wow. Yeah. Who took that salary for just a second round pick?
Yeah. Wow. Okay, there it is right there. I want to say Portland.
Hey, this is how it happens sometimes. People, breaking news, we right in the
No,
middle.
I'm sorry. He got traded to Charlotte.
For just the second round pick, and that's it?
Dwight Howard in the 31st pick. So they took Miles Plumlee, Marco Bellinelli, and the 41st pick for Dwight Howard in 31. I got a feeling that Millsap's gonna leave now, but we'll
Started burning it down.
Hey, don't blame him. Anywho, back to Paul George. So you talk about the rental situation. If I'm Paul George and I know I'm going to LA, I want to try to get a title right damn now. I'm telling them I want to go to Cleveland. I want to go to Cleveland. Y'all take Kevin Love. Kevin Love will get y'all. He'll be an all-star. He'll put up some points. And I can play for this title. And then me and LeBron can go to the Lakers next summer. Me and LeBron.
Yeah, because it's got a lot of moving parts. Okay. And before we dive into that, the Evan Turner is probably who you're talking about.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah, he got a contract you can trade. Maurice Harkless made almost $10 million. Another candidate. Shit, they even got Ed Davis making $6 million. Al-Farouq Aminu only makes $7 million.
But you know the problem with that, though? It's not the fact that you got those tradable contracts. It's who the hell you going to sign in free agency. I mean, the NBA ain't like it was before. You remember before times folks would go there. Folks only want to go to like maybe 4 or 5 places now.
Yeah.
Which don't make no sense.
Yep. So.
But okay.
That could be a possible destination for Paul George.
I would do it.
One chance to none.
If I'm Portland, I'd do it. Of course, the Cavs, they need to try to do it because they got to try to close that gap whatever way they can. I believe he would help them as far as with Durant because LeBron wouldn't have to guard him 35 minutes a night, 35, 40 minutes a night. You can take him off of him, put LeBron on Draymond, let him rest.
Mm-hmm.
But
I guess we will go into the Cavs. I don't even know where to start.
That's a whole nother that's a whole nother discussion right there. But
well, if you're Cleveland, who would you rather have? Paul George or Jimmy Butler?
You know, I pulled up the numbers today and I put a lot of stuff on the stat sheet and looking at it, on the piece of paper it says Paul George is better. But I kind of like that dog in Jimmy Butler. I like that dog in him. You know, that he has more of a, maybe it's that LA real cool thing about Paul George. I like that dog in Jimmy.
He got that grit. Marquette, he got that grit. You're right.
I love that about him. And that's what they need in Cleveland. That's what they need. You got to be able to throw waves at Durant. You throw Shumpert at him. You throw Jimmy. You throw LeBron. You do what you can because you're not going to stop them. You got to try to slow them down. And you're going to have to score. Jimmy put up 24, 6, and 6 this year. 24, 6, and 6. The one thing I've been thinking about this week, because if they make a trade work out, I can honestly see them moving LeBron to point. Just full-time point.
Mm-hmm.
And running that show, letting these youngins get what they going to get, him picking his spots, saving them for the playoffs.
So
he played too many damn minutes in the regular season last year. Too many.
So you're saying put Kyrie and either Paul George or Jimmy Butler on the wings and let them go ham.
Yep. And knowing LeBron, the type of star he is, we ain't never seen nothing like this in the NBA. He'd be cool with it. No problem. Y'all eat. I average 15 assists a game. No problem.
Another reason outside of just the play, because I think the play, I actually think Paul George may bring a little bit more to the table defensively, just because of his length. But like you said, I like the grit that Butler brings. But this outside of their styles of play, I think the better option for Cleveland is Jimmy Butler anyway.
2 years under contract.
Yeah, you got a little bit longer on the contract. And, based on what Dan Gilbert has done in the last 24 hours, if they don't win a championship this year, you can pretty much kiss LeBron James goodbye.
Ain't that funny how people sitting there talking about, well, they're renting Paul George. They renting LeBron James too.
Every year.
They're really renting him this year.
Real.
And like you told me this morning, because I know we talked last night, and I was like, I'd trade him. LeBron got a no trade clause.
I didn't even know that.
So
I didn't even know that at the time we was talking about it, but yeah. I seen that this morning. I was like, oh, well, good luck with you. Can't trade.
You can't trade him. So you get to sit there and watch him. Know he going somewhere else. And you can't do shit about it.
Right.
You think he gonna step to LeBron like, hey, Bron, can you at least do a sign and trade? Hell no.
And then I'm listening to the stuff this morning. I didn't realize that in the 12 or 13 years Dan Gilbert been the owner, he has not extended not one GM.
Yeah. And people, what we're talking about with that is the GM of the Cavs got let go yesterday, David Griffin. And apparently, from what LeBron tweeted and from what we've been hearing, he actually liked him. And like Diego just said, Dan Gilbert don't really seem to put much faith in the GM. He don't extend him. And from what I've been hearing today, Griffin wanted to be paid. If I'm not mistaken, they won the title last year, right?
Right.
Don't people get paid when they win the title?
Usually, sometimes even promoted.
Promoted or paid. And they didn't want to give him no money.
Right. He was least paid GMs in the league.
I know behind the scenes we always say LeBron's running that, but this guy is the figurehead. He's making $2 million a year on a team paying that type of luxury tax. And the luxury tax ain't got nothing to do with the executives. That's only the players.
Right.
You want to pay them? I felt like that right there last night. Last night was what, June 19th? Mm-hmm. That was a declaration of war from Dan Gilbert to LeBron James right there last night.
But to me, he basically saying, I'm good with the one.
I'm good with the one.
And to hear some of the stuff, from Brian Windhorst, the Dave, I probably, him. I was gonna mess up his name. Some of the insiders from Cleveland that you can actually trust 95% of the shit they say.
Right.
So I was talking about how Dave Gilbert the last couple of days he's been up to his elbows and shit because he's been trying to pull off this mega trade, and he get a call and. Just like that, no job.
Because they said that guy was making calls up until the time he got fired. Up until the time he got fired. And I'm gonna give you something else too in regards to this whole situation. The Milwaukee Bucks sold about a year or two ago about $800-900 million. Mm-hmm. The value of teams have gone up, and they ain't even winning, and they worth that type of money.
Right.
So if he wanted to cash out, I'm pretty sure he only paid maybe $300 million, maybe $100 to $300 million for that team 12 years ago. Mm-hmm. That's a win either way if he decides to cash out with that one. It's a win.
Yeah, because Cleveland is worth well over $1 billion.
Easily. Now, I'm sure it's going to take a hit if LeBron walks. But if he cashes out right now, he probably flipped it way more than what he put into it.
Oh, yeah.
So, easily.
Absolutely. I just thought it was interesting, when Danny Ferry was with that team. And, he built a solid team. I think LeBron's first 2 years, I don't think they made the playoffs. But after that, they started making the playoffs, and then they got 60 wins back-to-back. And he had the same issue with Dan Gilbert. He ended up getting right to the end of his contract, no negotiation, no extension, and he ended up walking and they parted ways.
But the fucked up thing about it, Cubs was trying to go for them other jobs, and he wouldn't let them interview. That's shitty, man. If you knew you weren't going to pay him, let the man interview to get another job. Now, they did say he made an offer to him before he decided to walk, but it probably wasn't the offer he wanted. If you know you're not going to pay this man what he's worth, that's just flawed to me.
It's probably some bullshit. That's messed up. And if I'm Chauncey Billups,
I don't know if I'd touch that job. You know what that reminds me of, cuz? That reminds me of when Byron Scott took that job coaching them and LeBron left.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm touching that job until he re-signed. No way.
And even with that, with the history that this guy has with GMs, what make you think you're going to be any different come 3-4 years down the road? And this dude didn't won a title.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Ferry didn't win no title. Still the same thing. I forget who the GM was in between Ferry and I guess when LeBron came back. I forget who was the GM during that time.
I can't even remember.
I know David Griffin. I think he came.
Yeah, he was interim.
David Griffin, did he draft Kyrie?
Nah.
No, he drafted Anthony Bennett.
Anthony Bennett. Yeah.
I forget who the guy is in between that little time when LeBron was gone.
I meant to write it down because I read an article earlier, but they said that his first day on the job, he had to fire Mike Brown. His first day on the job.
So,
you know what? And I think one thing we've mentioned on this show before, talent is good, but good ownership organizations, they win titles consistently.
All the time.
And this mess they got going on in Cleveland, I wouldn't want to touch it.
And then for all this to happen right 2 days before the draft.
Right. I mean, they ain't got no first-round pick, and they trying to pull some dope boy magic trying to flip Kevin Love like 5 times.
Right.
You know.
So now who in the office making calls?
Dan Gilbert? Right. Right.
People, we all joke about LeBron running the team and everything. This is going to be a clear indication he ain't running the team.
I read that in the article today. They said as much as we like to joke about it, he really don't have that much say-so with the front office. Because, that's a billionaire, and he ain't going to let this cat, regardless of how much the money he makes for him, he's not going to let him dictate how he run his business. Now, at the same time, you probably going to lose LeBron next year. And that's got to sting your ass knowing you can't do nothing but watch him leave again. But LeBron didn't promise nothing but a title for Northeast Ohio. That's all he promised, and he did it.
And the way it's setting up, and I want to read his tweet for those who haven't heard it or saw it. He tweeted out last night to David Griffin after the parting ways, firing, or whatever you want to call it. He says, "If no one appreciated you, Griff, I did, and hopefully all of the people in Cleveland did. Thanks for what you did for the team for 3 years. We got us one." The writing is on the wall, people.
Hey, just don't be some jackasses this year. Don't burn that man's jersey. He brought y'all a title.
That's what I was gonna say. It actually could be setting up great for LeBron, because with Dan Gilbert not ever extending any GMs, now it's out in the public how basically he didn't treat Griffin all that great. The fans know LeBron wanted Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
It's all gonna be Dan Gilbert gonna be the one made out to be the bad guy,
and he probably don't care at all. But you're right, Brian got his out with that.
Yeah.
Especially if he didn't call him until after the decision was made.
Right.
That's just. I mean,
you still gonna have some that were like, oh, there you go, you left again. But this is gonna be it's not gonna be anywhere near as bad as it was last time. This will clearly be on the shoulders of Dan Gilbert this time around.
All right, let's move on to the Boston Celtics. Boston made that trade for number 1. I mean, they traded number 1 to Philly for number 3, and they got an additional pick next year for that moving down. Now, Danny Ainge came out and said pretty much, like you said earlier, whoever he was going to get at 1, he probably can get at 6. That lets you know how deep this draft is, and there's not that much separation in between. The one takeaway I get from that trade, they are all in on Isaiah Thomas. They're going to get Gordon Hayward. And there's a legit chance that they can move that number 3 pick, because they don't need another wing. To me, they don't need another wing. They took Jaylen Brown at 3 last year.
Right. And
you don't need another wing.
And he showed signs of actually projecting out being good. So you think they're going to flip it between now and Thursday?
If I remember I tweeted about it as soon as it happened. I'm like, you take that 3, you take one of those 7 first-round picks you have in the next 2 years. You take 2 of them to try to get Jimmy Butler or Paul George. Now, the problem with that is Jimmy done came out and said he want to stay in Chicago. Paul George is dead set on going to the Lakers.
I'm not messing with if I'm Boston, I'm not messing with Paul George.
Because he ain't going to stay.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You didn't did too much to accumulate those assets to waste them on a rental. Now, Jimmy Butler, what's that?
I'd sign Gordon Hayward outright because they can do that. I'd trade them picks to New Orleans for Boogie.
Yeah. What you going to do with Al Horford?
He finesse anyway. I move him out to the 3-point line. That's where he like to stay anyway.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, 5, 10 years ago, that'd be a great lineup. I don't know so much in this damn stretch 4 league.
Boogie can move though, and he can shoot the three. He plays well against Golden State. I mean, what they're trying to do, what I read, they're trying to get Anthony Davis. If I'm them, Boston, they're trying to offer all of that. If I'm them, I'd throw all them 7.
I give him. How many picks they got this year?
They got 1 this year. And they got, I think, 2 in the next 2 years. Well, 3 in the next 2.
Let's see. How many first round picks is Anthony Davis worth? 2?
I'm trying to think. Didn't somebody get traded recently, and they had to ship a couple picks to get him?
I'm thinking 2. I'm thinking probably 2 picks and
because that Brooklyn pick next year, that's probably going to be 1. So I'd ship that one. I'd ship this one. So that'd be 3 and 1 for next year. Maybe throw in one of them guards.
Yeah.
If
I do that.
Everybody needs to pick one. They need to start over.
Right.
But I don't believe they're going to do that because New Orleans is under the impression that they're going to be able to convince this guy to stay. And they're going to be able to convince Boogie to stay.
I say some reports that Drew Holiday might leave.
Yeah, I saw Dallas. He wants to go play with his brother in Dallas. Both of them trying to go there as a package. But another loser in this situation with that Boston trade, Kyle Lowry. Philly don't need a point guard now. So
yeah.
that was one of your negotiating pieces.
Yeah, we talked about him going to Philly.
Yeah. He could play Toronto off like, well, I got an offer from them for 5 years. Well, they can only offer 4. So you lose that piece now.
Little spot for him.
Yeah, you think?
So, San Antonio.
Well, speaking of San Antonio, did you see that today where Paul Gasol turned down his player option?
Yep.
So if I'm not mistaken, that's $16 million.
16, yeah.
$16 million, and Manu Ginobili is at 14, so that's $30 million. Did they just not come up with a space for a point guard?
Real
on the low. On the low.
Yep, pretty much.
You know who lost in that situation?
Tony Parker?
The Clippers.
Oh, the Clippers? But they got to eat that extra $50 million. They got to pay Chris Paul, and they still ain't going to get
throw that extra 50. They got to throw it.
No better.
Chris Broussard was on the radio today. He said it's pretty much what he's been hearing. If they don't throw that 5th year, Chris,
he walking.
That's what he's saying. If he wants to win, I mean, they're not winning in LA. They're not. And we're gonna get to LA in a minute because it's some stuff that's gonna happen today. The Lakers on the comeback. On the comeback.
Yeah, but yeah.
But
I don't have good vibes with the Clippers.
I think that situation went wrong a couple years ago. And I tell you this much, they can be straight up back in the lottery if Chris Paul leaves because Blake ain't gonna stay if Chris Paul leaves. Hell, he was thinking about leaving before Chris Paul said he was gonna possibly leave. It's gonna be interesting because I have no idea where Blake's gonna go, Shawty. I have no idea.
Let's see. Let me run this by you. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. Would Indiana take DeAndre Jordan?
He's under contract.
Because to me, they call them a big 3, but to me, I don't want to diminish DeAndre's skills, but on offense, you can't count on him for nothing but dunks.
That's it. And he can't make free throws.
You can't make free throws. So if Paul George want to be in LA so bad, it ain't the Lakers, but we're in the same building in this LA.
They about to get a new building, remember?
Oh, are they?
A couple years. Yeah, they signed a deal to get a new building.
So, if it's just about being in LA, Chris Paul, George, Blake.
I got something else for you in that regard. Are we putting too much stock into a 32-year-old point guard beating Golden State? Or even they're going to win the regular season, but Chris Paul's gotten hurt pretty much every year for the last 3 or 4 years. Would you hitch your wagon to him at 32 years old?
But 32 ain't old. And the way Chris Paul play, shit, he can't stay healthy.
He can't stay healthy when it counts.
His style, he can play late into his 30s with the way with his style, because he's a true floor general.
Yeah, he's not athletic, and that's the thing I keep hearing about. People saying LeBron gonna go there. They both want the ball. LeBron's a point guard. How that gonna work?
He ain't going there.
Nah, I don't see that. I don't see that at all. But I gotta feel.
I know him and Chris Paul and Melo and Dwayne Wade, the Banana Boat crew, had these aspirations of playing with each other. That dream is self, buddy. That dream is self. If the time to be doing that was when they went to Miami.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? After that, y'all kiss that goodbye.
On our little personal chat, one of our homies put on there, they gonna rule the league. I ain't even respond because I ain't want to kill his dreams, but they don't play no defense and they old. So how is that supposed to work out?
They will be able to play together. You know what? Yeah. In the Big Three league, some years down the road.
Yeah. There you go. But right now, LeBron wants to win, people. So let's go into the other option. The Lakers. The Lakers traded D'Angelo Russell around 7 o'clock tonight. They traded him for Brook Lopez and the 27th overall pick. And they traded Timothy Mozgov's contract.
Getting rid of them bad contracts.
Hey, when I first saw it, I was like, why'd they give up on this cat so soon? If it was that easy to average 15 points a game in the NBA, everybody would do it. He's in his second year, people. It's really not that easy. I was looking forward to him and Lonzo playing together. I really was. But upon further review, this is all a long play. This is for the summer of 2018. This is for that summer. People, I did the numbers before we went on the air. The Lakers have $50.4 million of contracts expiring by the end of next summer. 50.4. Because Brook Lopez is 22.6. And they got a whole lot of other pieces.
Last year, right?
Huh?
This Brook last year, right?
Brook's last year. And if they can find a way to move Dang's 53.99, they can get LeBron James and Paul George next summer.
All right, so what you're telling me is summer 2018, we could be looking at any combination of Lonzo Ball, LeBron James, and Paul George.
Brandon Ingram.
Oh, I forgot about Brandon Ingram.
Right.
Julius Randle.
And I just laid out $50 million right there. The cap probably gonna be what, about 115, 115?
It's gonna go up some more because they putting ads going on the jerseys next year.
And I don't believe it goes in demanding the max at that point. I believe he goes in 2025. He gonna make that up on off the court. They got a chance to be the Lakers again next summer. Next summer.
I would love to see that happen just for the simple fact, just to see Laker fans have to cheer for LeBron James. I would love to see that.
Yep. and people are, people shitting on Brook Lopez. Brook averaged 21 and 5 and shot 47 with nobody in Brooklyn. Him playing with Lonzo, a pass first point guard. You gonna get numbers. And he's shooting threes now. Shot 34% from three. Hey, man. And from what I'm hearing, they're trying to throw 27 and 28 in Julius Randle to get Paul George. That's a win. If they can keep Lonzo, trade them two, and get Paul George, that's a win.
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, that's a good deal.
That's a win. Because as much as I hated getting rid of D'Angelo, you got Jordan Clarkson. I like Jordan Clarkson.
To me, that's what the deal looked like. They like Jordan Clarkson as a two guard a little bit more.
Right.
To me, I like D'Angelo. I didn't think he was a true one, but I wasn't all that sold on him as an off guard either. So I kind of wonder how that was going to mesh with him and Lonzo being in the backcourt. I would like to at least see it and experiment it with it first.
Right.
It's going to lead to things, even a couple scenarios that we discussing here. If it leads to that, then it's all worth it.
Right. I just I can't be mad. That's long play. And if they got a chance to be legit good next year. And people, and I'm gonna tell you something else. With that space they created, I'm gonna say it right here on this show. Russell ain't signing that Supermax.
Russell Westbrook?
He ain't gonna sign. He gonna wait. See what happens.
When can it go on the table? This next summer, right?
You think he not gonna make All NBA next year too, and have a chance to get it next year?
I'm just saying. We know they. What you say? I got a contract for you.
That's a lot of bread, cuz.
Sign right now. What you gonna do? No? Okay. Call you hard. You.
I do it. You do it. That's why they won't let us own a team, because we be trading folks every February.
Hey, you don't like my money? All right. Oh.
That's why we'll never own a team. That's why.
Ever.
But
we own the team. I swear the Hawks won't be getting no damn renovations right now.
Hell no. Ain't nothing wrong with the Phillips Arena. But no, the last story I got NBA. This is heartbreak for me. It's not heartbreak. The Knicks are entertaining ideas for KP. Now, initially, I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it initially. But if Phil can get all them picks for that dude. Hey, you see how he playing me right now?
Hey, man, you done talking about the Knicks?
Hey, y'all better not trade KP, damn it. Because I'm telling you now, I put it on Twitter earlier that they trade KP. I'm turning in my card. I'm done. Can't do it.
What the fuck is Phil doing?
Trying to get fired.
He been trying for months.
He been trying for months. Now, at the same time, just follow me here.
All right.
I was mad at first. But if he can trade KP, get 2 first, keep your 8, get 3, and get 1 more next year, you walk away with Josh Jackson and this dude from Arizona who's basically KP Jr. with another first, I can't be mad at that.
Man, that's a lot got to fall into place, ain't it?
You know what, though? If I'm Boston, if I got 7 in 2 years, I'd do it.
So run it by me again. So you say, okay, so Boston will be offering the number 3 pick in this year's draft.
And maybe 1 or 2 in the next 2 years.
And maybe, okay, so 3 picks.
3 picks.
For KP.
KP straight up. KP straight up.
Okay.
That ain't really bad. If you look at it that way, because if you're walking away with Josh Jackson, you're getting the dude from Arizona who's basically KP Jr., and you get a pick next year.
That's a win.
Okay. That's kind of the best move Phil has ever made.
That would be a win. That would be a win.
Because they ain't going to beat nobody no time soon. They're stuck. They're stuck. And the funny thing about it, Melo still ain't said shit about waiving that no trade clause.
Nothing. You know, Melo got bigger fish to fry, man. Melo out here trying to get back in the house, man.
Hey.
You know, T.I. done got back in the house.
Let me take my hat off for this.
Melo still camped out at the extended stay, man.
Melo, I follow Lala on the ground. Better carry your ass home, boy. Bruh.
He probably trying, dog. He probably trying hard.
You better carry your ass home, cuz. You better carry your ass home. But that's about all I got this week. We're gonna see what happens. It's a lot that's gonna happen between now and Thursday, but tomorrow, people, we have a special show. We don't do Wednesday shows. We normally take Wednesdays off, but tomorrow we have a special show. We are doing the AA Sports NBA End of Season Award Show. We're going to have all the regular awards that y'all look to see from them people. Then you got our awards.
Yeah, just to give you a little – should we give them a preview on some of the topics?
Give them a preview.
We're going to have a couple things like hit a scratch-off award, hit the Lotto scratch-off award. And that's going to be an award to players who made very little money this year, who are probably coming up on a free agent contract this year, played just well enough to get broke off, overpaid by some team. Case in point, see Reggie Jackson last year, Kent Bazemore, Them type deals. 50, 60 million.
I got an idea who I want to win that already.
We're going to have the Wild Animal Award. The Wild Animal. We talked about wild animals here lately in the last couple of weeks, but we're going to give a Wild Animal Award. We got some other things, planned for y'all as well, some little treats. So we're going to try to make it entertaining. Again, we're going to do ours tomorrow, the night before the real NBA awards kick off.
Yes, sir. It's going to be a good time.
Good time. So going into the last call, you got anything? I got a couple boxing things.
Shout out to Diana Taurasi for becoming the all-time scoring leader in the WNBA.
I'm sorry, who did she pass? Tina Thompson or Thompson. Okay.
Is she like the best player from UConn ever? Until Maya Moore catches her.
Yeah, Maya Moore bad. Maya Moore's a beast. But Taurasi's up there, man. She in the longevity with Taurasi. Damn,
she did a hoop.
Damn, when did she graduate? Like
years ago.
She like our age, ain't she?
Yeah. still giving that work, cuz.
Yeah. I always liked her game. So, between her, Maya Moore, and probably Rebecca Lobo.
I think it's them two right now.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's definitely a Maya Moore, Dana Taurasi. So, shout out to Dana Taurasi. We don't realize how long that the WNBA has actually been in effect.
Been a while.
I want to say they're going on 20 years.
Round about.
Yeah, so that's good. That's good to know. Boxing wise, a couple things. So last week we was here, and you asked me about what I thought whether and I went back and watched the show and realized the whole time I kept calling him McConnor. Matched his name up. It's Conor McGregor. Whether him and Money Mayweather was gonna fight, I told you nah, I didn't think so. And if they did fight, then it was gonna have to be like the deal was gonna have to be made like by the time we woke up in order to meet the promotional time and all that.
I swear I hate when you be right.
Well, it wasn't when we woke up, but by lunch, the fight was made. All right, so Florida came in here and purposely undercut Oscar's date. August 26th is gonna be the date, as I already know. Canelo and them fight a couple weeks later. Of course, it's a money grab. We all know that. We're looking for some, we're looking for a little bit of entertainment. Don't expect a pure boxing match. If it goes that way, we know Floyd's gonna win. I just want to see McGregor get in there and just like make it ugly. Get in there and maybe foul him a couple times. Do some illegal shit. Make it interesting. Because he really can't win any other way, so he might as well muck it up.
Dog, real boxers can't touch Floyd. Real boxers who do this for a living for years can't touch Floyd. If y'all spend y'all money on that shit, bless your heart.
I was watching Mike and Mike this morning, and they was telling the story about matter of fact, Bob Arum was on there. He was telling the story about how he was trying to promote a fight between Muhammad Ali and Jim Brown. And Jim Brown kept talking about how bad he wanted to fight Muhammad Ali. He's like, man, you sure? You sure? So Aaron said he went to Muhammad Ali, told him Jim Brown wanted to fight him. Said Muhammad Ali said, look, bring Jim to me and let me talk to him. So they set the meeting up. He said, Muhammad Ali said, Jim Brown heard you want to fight me. So this is what we going to do. We're going to stand right here, and you give it all you got. You throw the hardest punches you can throw. You knock me out. Tear me up right here. So about 5 minutes went by. Jim Brown hadn't hit Muhammad Ali yet. So he said afterwards, after Muhammad Ali let him swing on him, missed for about 4 or 5 minutes or whatever, he said Muhammad Ali just did like this, hit him in the face about 600 times.
Wow.
Before he could even block it. He said, you still want to fight me? He said, nah, I think I'm going to stick to football.
Hey.
But that's what we're going to be looking at. If there you go. Fuck it. You're just going to be McConnor. McConnor going to go in there, and that's what's going to happen if he try to box with Floyd.
Man, they're going to be there with all they Irish shit. They're going to be playing them bagpipes, and he ain't going to touch Floyd for 12 damn rounds.
Now, the other thing I want to leave with, and this is truly last call. Manny Pacquiao next Friday.
Yes.
The next Friday or next Saturday is fighting on ESPN. I've never heard of the dude he fighting. I think he worked at Home Depot not too long ago. But Manny Pacquiao talking about he want to give the fans a free fight. See, this is the shit, people. We talk about boxing and promoting and why Floyd is here, while everybody else is down here. Floyd told y'all when the Manny Pacquiao fight was going on, Manny don't see all his bread. Manny ain't in control of his bread. Manny get peanuts after Bob Arum take his cut off the top. You got this dude fighting on ESPN for free.
They said he ain't fought there in like 15 years on TV.
Hey, man, you know once you get to ESPN, it's just a done deal after that.
That's like Friday night boxing, right?
Yeah, something like that.
It's on a Saturday. Is it on a Saturday?
It's on a Saturday.
Okay, at least they ain't give him Friday.
Last time I seen a notable name like that on there was Zab Judah. I want to say that was about maybe a year or two ago. Ain't seen him since.
Man, we know how it don't win for Zab.
You know
we know.
So I wonder if the end is near for Pacquiao.
He couldn't get that Floyd rematch. Floyd went and fought an MMA dude, man. It might be done. It just may be.
Well, nobody buying that Floyd Pacquiao mess again. That fight was 2-3 years too late.
What he should have did was showed up at the McGregor interview and slapped the shit out of Floyd. Just to piss him off.
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao.
He should sing more.
We've seen this song. Sometimes when we touch.
All right, people, we're done now because we don't went off the rails.
For real.
All right, we will be back here tomorrow doing our award show. Special time. We're gonna do 8 o'clock tomorrow. You good?
Yeah, somewhere around there. That should be good.
Okay.
Put the little in the bed. Make sure you're out of the way. We'll be ready to go. Hey, tell me where to find you at.
At RK6000, holla at me. I talk sports and I rant from time to time. Rest in peace, that boy Prodigy. My beat was the shit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You can find us on IG at AA Sportscast. Also, check out the AA Sportscast Twitter page as well as the Facebook page.
We appreciate those IG comments. Keep them coming. We ain't got to agree. Let's talk it out. Argue, do what we do. We appreciate it.
Slap box, do whatever comes to mind. What was the other platform? Oh, reach myself at Diego Barish on the Twitter thing. I may or may not respond. I may or may not engage, depending on how I feel. Talk about some bullshit. Hey, but that's what it is, man. AA Sports, all hate. Diego Barish talk. We'll holler at y'all again tomorrow, man. Y'all be easy. Peace.